and welcome to this demo video of a plagiarism detector software. Our software is called Integrity and it was developed by 4 developers from Northeastern University for a managing software development class of spring of 2018. This software has two versions, one for TA and the other one for professor. Our software works on C code. Just to give you a demo, I'm going to be using the professor version of the software because that's the one that has the most functionalities. So if you open our application, you will see an instruction sheet over here, and I would advise you to go through it. I already have everything set up over here, and this is a repository containing all repositories of the student submission. Each folder has homework submitted by students, and each student number corresponds to a Excel sheet. The Excel sheet would have different information about the student, the ID, the name, and the email ID over here. So a student 101 here would mean Darshan in this case. After you're done with that, you can use our software by simply dragging the root repository here or clicking on this icon here. I'm just going to drag it over here right now. And to make the software run, the three conditions you need to satisfy. One would be the Excel validator, the other the homework number, and the last one would be selecting at least 2 students here. And if you don't do that, you're going to be thrown specific error messages. For demo purposes, I'm just going to select every single student in this case, and an Excel sheet for validating each student repository format. We have 3 strategies. The first two are algorithms that have been implemented in the application, and the third one is running a weighted average. If you don't select any of the strategies, it's going to run a weighted average. The weighted average have weights for both these strategies, and the weights have been learned by fitting a regression model on MOS dataset. So in this case, I'm just going to select LCS. So if I run the application, it's going to take a while, and it's going to route us to a summary page where we'll be given 3 lists. Once that's done processing, it will give you 3 lists. This is a list of clean submissions. You can go ahead and grade those student submissions. But this would be the case you might want to look into. And if you click on a student pair, you can see a similarity score between the 2 submissions. And this would be a definite case of plagiarism. If you double click on a student submission, you will be routed to a page which shows you the snippets of the 2 similar codes. So if you go through the snippets, you'll see similar code between the 2 submissions highlighted, and then the code above that and below that. There are 2 other different functionalities here. One would be the reveal names. This would be used to reveal the names of the student, and if you hover over the student name, you can see their email IDs. The Excel file you had used for running the software is being used to reveal these names. There's one other functionality. You can generate a report for this and save it anywhere you want. So if you save it, let's say in downloads here, you can just have a text file of all the snippets and information that's already being shown on this page right here. You can also email the students, so that's going to open a default mail application of your OS, and it's going to create a template for you. You can edit this and send it using your default mail application. I'm just going to quickly show you what the difference between the TA version and the professor versions. Not be able to reveal the names of the student here, and you cannot send any email address, any emails to the students. You can just generate a report and maybe share it with a professor or something, but you can look at the code to see the similarity between the 2 submissions. Thank you.